He found himself smiling without a reason. Even on ordinary little days, one person suddenly came to mind. One small little smile from her kept returning somehow. And even now, he softly says he still doesn't know why. Walking quietly down familiar streets, he suddenly remembered the way she spoke. Even during ordinary moments, thoughts of her returned again. Hearts probably move in strange ways sometimes. The more we try not to think about someone, the more they quietly stay with us. Why do I keep thinking about her? He quietly laughed to himself, like warm late spring when she remained inside his heart. Why do I keep thinking about her, even at the end of ordinary days? One brief passing little glance kept returning to him again. The way she smiled sometimes, even her tiny sulken expressions too. By the end of each long day, they slowly came back to him. He tried pretending none of it really meant anything. Still, before he realized it, he had started waiting for those moments again. Maybe hearts are meant to quietly settle somewhere. Before we even understand, they slowly become familiar. Why do I keep thinking about her? He whispered again today. Nothing special really happened. Still, somehow the day felt warmer. Why do I keep thinking about her through slow late afternoon steps? And before he realized it, he had begun waiting for one person again. Even now, he still didn't know the name of that feeling. That day too was just another ordinary afternoon. She was walking somewhere a little faster than usual, and from far away he quietly watched her for a moment. Then suddenly out of nowhere, he heard a soft little oops. Trying not to look embarrassed, she smiled like nothing happened. And while holding back his laughter, he somehow worried even more. Sometimes moments like that happen when trying to help someone only makes things more awkward instead. But then, oops, she laughed for quite a while that day. Nothing special really happened. Still, somehow it stayed with him. But then, oops, across the slow late spring streets, one tiny passing little smile stayed inside his thoughts all day. She kept insisting softly that she was completely fine, and somehow he said that made her seem even cuter. It lasted only for a moment. Still, one little expression from that day stayed with him all the way home. Hearts are probably very simple sometimes. Even tiny little moments can leave us smiling for hours. But then, oops, he quietly left along too. An ordinary late afternoon became a little special. But then, oops, through another warm spring day, and little by little they were growing familiar with each other. Still until the very end, she kept pretending she was fine. He used to say he understood people's hearts quite well. He could always tell who would fall for whom. Still somehow, whenever she appeared, he couldn't smile as easily as he normally would. She never noticed anything, still smiling brightly as always. And somehow he found himself watching her for quite a while. Maybe hearts sometimes move first before we understand them fully. Even now he softly says he still doesn't really know why. I can make her heart race. He quietly laughed to himself. The one who connected other people was hesitating for the first time. I can make her heart race across the late spring streets. Somehow he simply didn't want to send her somewhere else. Even one brief little glance or one casual greeting made his heart slow down more and more these days. Whenever she smiled at him, somehow he felt relieved. Even on ordinary afternoons, she stayed inside his thoughts. Hearts probably begin sometimes without clear answers at all. Maybe that's why certain people slowly stay with us longer. I can make her heart race, that's what he said again today. Even familiar passing moments were slowly changing somehow. I can make her heart race through slow late afternoon steps. And for the very first time, he began waiting for someone. Even now, he still didn't know the name of that feeling.
One day somehow she found herself worrying about him, wondering quietly if he had a good day today. Even one small little smile from him stayed with her much longer somehow. And during ordinary little moments, she kept thinking about him again. Maybe hearts sometimes quietly wish for things without needing grand words at all. Just hoping someone keeps smiling, even at the end of long days. Hoping their day felt whispered softly to herself, like warm late spring winds. Hoping her feelings slowly reached him too. Hope my prayer reaches you, even without saying anything aloud. She simply hoped this warm little feeling stayed beside him. Still he smiled softly without knowing any of this. And somehow watching him like that made her quietly feel relieved. Even ordinary passing days stayed inside her memories longer now. And slowly she found herself wishing for someone else's happiness more often. Maybe liking someone feels something like this. Quietly watching them and simply hoping they stay happy. Hope my prayer reaches you. She thought about it again today, hoping even passing little days would continue warmly somehow. Hope my prayer reaches you through the slow late afternoon breeze. And before realizing it, she had begun smiling for him too. Even now, she still hadn't found the courage to say it aloud.
One day out of nowhere, she suddenly asked him something. Have we met before? She said it laughing softly, still somehow it sounded sincere too. And for a moment he simply stayed there, quietly watching her expression. Even though they had just met, somehow everything felt comfortable. Even one short little conversation made her smile much longer than expected. Sometimes people like that appear, people you just met today, yet somehow already feel familiar. Have we met before? She laughed quietly while asking. Even one familiar sounding phrase made her heart feel warmer somehow. Have we met before through the slow late spring afternoon? An ordinary passing day stayed inside her memory. Instead of answering her question, he simply smiled softly again. And somehow that expression made her even more curious. Even the passing spring breeze felt slightly different that day. And between the two of them, there was something hard to explain. Ooh. Hearts sometimes feel drawn without any reason at all. Maybe that's why certain meetings never feel like the first time. Have we met before? That little question from that day stayed inside her heart like warm late afternoon air. After that day, she found herself remembering those words again. Somehow her words became slower, pretending everything felt normal. She kept smiling softly. Even a simple greeting made her slightly nervous, and only after a while she smiled again. Nothing special really, still he stayed on her mind. Even walking together started feeling warmer somehow. Sometimes days like that quietly appear, days when the words you wanna say keep growing. How can I put this? She laughed softly to herself, following the late afternoon breeze. Her heart slowed down too. How can I put this? Today, strangely, his name kept returning inside her thoughts again. Even one brief little glance made her look away again. An ordinary little day, just another passing day. Still somehow she kept smiling quietly. Maybe hearts are naturally like that sometimes. Tiny little moments stay with us much longer. How can I put this? She thought about it again today. At the end of another slow and gentle afternoon, how can I put this? Quietly smile again. She simply wanted to walk beside him longer today. Somehow she had a little more to say.
That day somehow she walked a little slower than usual. Even ordinary little conversations made her smile more often. And somehow he too matched his steps beside her quietly. Nothing special really happened, still time moved a little slower. After one short little silence, she spoke first that day. Would you like to see me again? She smiled like it meant nothing much. Still she was a little nervous inside, and watching her expression, he quietly smiled too. Would you like to see me again? Would you like to see me again? She asked him carefully that day. Inside the warm late spring breeze, something softly trembled. Would you like to see me again? One little passing sentence stayed Instead of answering right away, he quietly looked at her first, and she turned away slightly, laughing to herself again. Maybe hearts sometimes grow closer through very simple little words, slowly and quietly, without anyone noticing. Maybe some beginnings don't need anything dramatic. Sometimes simply wanting to walk together is already enough. Would you like to see me again? That little question from that day stayed like clear late afternoon air inside their hearts much longer. Would you like to see me again? He quietly nodded back, and little by little they began walking through the same season together. After that day, they both quietly began waiting for the same moments again.
Lately somehow they started spending more time together. Even without making plans, they naturally kept meeting again. And somehow even small little stories made the hours pass quickly. Even quiet moments without words felt strangely comfortable. She smiled softly, talking about little things from her day. And he quietly stayed there listening to her for a while. Maybe sometimes people feel calmer simply by being beside someone. And ordinary passing days slowly become gentler too. Time for two, that day was ordinary too. Still somehow just walking together made everything feel warmer. Time for two, through the slow late spring afternoon. One small passing little smile stayed inside their hearts much longer. At some point he realized he started waiting for her stories. And without noticing it herself, she began looking for him first. Nothing especially happened, still somehow the days felt brighter. And little by little they slowly grew into the same rhythm. Sometimes the best moments are the quiet, ordinary ones, when simply walking beside someone already feels enough. Oh, time for two, inside another slowly passing season. Their quiet little footsteps grew closer little by little. Time for two, beneath the clear afternoon breeze. And before they realized it, they had become part of each other's day. After that day, they both quietly began waiting for the same hours again. That day somehow she became a little quieter than usual. Her answers grew shorter and her eyes kept drifting away. He noticed something felt different still somehow. He didn't really understand why yet. Honestly, it wasn't anything serious. Just one tiny little disappointment stayed with her longer than expected. Sometimes you want someone to notice while pretending you don't. Maybe she was having that kind of day. Why pretend not to know? She quietly whispered to herself. He probably already noticed. Still he smiled like nothing changed. Why pretend not to know? Through the slow late spring afternoon, one tiny sulking feeling stayed with her all day long. He continued talking softly, just like he always did. And somehow that only made her pretend even harder. Then for a second their eyes met, and she ended up laughing first. He laughed quietly too, and asked her what was wrong. Hearts are probably simple. Sometimes there are days when you just want someone to look at you a little longer. Why pretend not to know? In the end she smiled anyway. Nothing special really happened. Still somehow she remembered the day. Why pretend not to know? Inside the clear afternoon air, and once again the two of them spent another day together. Honestly, maybe he had already noticed everything. At some quiet moment, he stopped speaking while looking at her. One familiar little smile suddenly crossed his mind again. He didn't really understand why, still somehow it felt like an old memory, like one warm passing breeze quietly drifting by again. The way she brushed back her hair, even the way she quietly smiled, stayed inside his heart somehow without feeling unfamiliar at all. Memories are strange sometimes. Just when you think you've forgotten something, it suddenly returns again. I remember her from that day. He softly laughed to himself, like warm late spring sunlight. His heart quietly grew warmer. I remember her from that day. One brief passing memory slowly spread across an ordinary little day. Without noticing anything, she continued talking as always. And for a little while, he simply listened to her voice, wondering if long ago the air once felt this way too. He quietly walked through another day with a smile still lingering behind. Memories probably return sometimes before explanations ever do. Maybe that's why certain people feel familiar from the very beginning. I I remember her from that day. He thought about it again today. Nothing special really happened. Still somehow his heart felt different. I remember her from that day, through the slow late afternoon breeze. And before realizing it, he had started watching her much longer. Even now he still didn't know why that memory felt so warm. Somehow she found herself looking around more often, even while pretending everything felt normal. She kept searching for one person. She smiled just like always. Still somehow the day felt quieter. One familiar voice couldn't be heard today. People probably become more familiar after they suddenly disappear, and only then do ordinary moments return more clearly. Without saying anything aloud, she slowly kept walking on, then quietly like a sigh thought of him again. Where are you now? She quietly asked inside her heart. Only the warm late spring breeze passed softly beside her. Where are you now? Even at the end of ordinary days, his small familiar smile kept returning to her thoughts. He was always someone who smiled quietly. Still somehow today's absence felt much larger. Nothing especially happened. Still the day moved slower somehow, and for much longer than usual she kept looking toward the same place. Hearts probably realize things only after growing familiar with someone, that someone else's ordinary days had quietly become part of your own. Where are you now? She thought about it again today. An ordinary late afternoon suddenly felt unfamiliar somehow. Where are you now? Inside the slow late night air. And before realizing it, she had begun waiting for him again. Even now, she still doesn't know why the emptiness feels this large. Quiet evening, She slowly looked back on her day. Everything passed just as usual, like any ordinary afternoon. Still somehow one side of her heart felt empty, and little by little she realized who that emptiness belonged to. Even through ordinary streets, she kept looking around without knowing why. One familiar little voice returned to her thoughts again. Hearts probably begin changing through very tiny little spaces, quietly and slowly, without anyone noticing. One empty space, she quietly smiled to herself, like warm late spring winds. A gentle emptiness remained. One empty space, even at the end of ordinary days. Only the place once filled by someone familiar stayed quietly empty. They spent together stayed with her longer than expected. Even small little moments return warmly to her mind. For quite a while she slowly kept walking on, and somehow that day felt a little longer than usual. Sometimes people realize things through an empty little space, like how someone quietly became part of your ordinary days. One empty space, she thought about it again today. Nothing special really happened, still somehow the day felt quieter. One empty space inside the slow afternoon air, and before realizing it, she had begun waiting for him again. Now somehow she finally understood the meaning of that empty space. Beside the window, little lights begin to sway. Folding both my hands together, slowly closing both my eyes. Between the prayers I thought had ended, one person returns again. And somehow tonight once more, I find myself thinking of you. Little moments when you smile, the warmth inside your voice. Even late afternoons we walk together, still remain inside my heart. Through familiar city streets tonight, I stop walking without a reason, and once again without noticing, I find myself searching for you. Maybe this prayer, maybe, bring him back to me again. Inside the warm late springtime, when my heart begins to drift again. Maybe this prayer, maybe, could call our time back once more. One softly passing little smile returns to me tonight again. Even where the prayers ended, warm feelings still remain inside ordinary passing days. Your season lingers quietly, looking up into the evening sky. A little smile escapes again, and somehow even this waiting doesn't feel so lonely now. Maybe hearts sometimes begin only after something ends. Even feelings realized too late can move us once again. Maybe this prayer maybe could bring you back here once more, across the quiet late night streets. Spring winds slowly drift around. Maybe this prayer maybe it isn't over yet. Warm memories left behind quietly call time again. Maybe we might meet again someday.
Today somehow you felt a little far away, even though we walked through the same ordinary day. Your familiar little smile felt strangely unfamiliar somehow, and after watching quietly for a while, I softly smiled to myself. Sometimes days like that appear once in a while, when someone standing close beside you still feels slightly distant. Even ordinary little conversations drift slowly past, and somehow thoughts quietly grow deeper. You in another space, that's what I quietly wrote down. Following the slow late night breeze, everything grew quieter somehow. You in another space today, strangely. Even walking through the same hours felt like being somewhere different. Nothing really happened, honestly, nothing at all. Still somehow today just felt that way. Even your little smile stayed a little longer than usual, and for quite some time I kept looking toward the same place. Maybe hearts are simply like that sometimes. There are days when people feel farther away without any reason. You in another space, I thought about it again today. Walking quietly alone through the slow afternoon air. You in another space, still somehow smiling, feeling maybe tomorrow everything would feel closer again. Today somehow everything felt like another space.
Today somehow everything felt a little different. The time that once felt distant slowly grew closer again. Even one familiar little smile felt like it was right beside me. And somehow my heart felt warmer too. Sometimes even familiar roads can suddenly feel far away. Even ordinary little days can seem slightly out of place. Still somehow today everything felt a little better, like slowly walking again at the same quiet pace. We can reach each other, that's what I quietly smiled about. Following the warm late spring breeze, everything felt lighter somehow. We can reach each other today, strangely. Even distant little moments felt a little closer again. Even one brief little glance felt warmer today. And one familiar voice stayed longer inside my thoughts. Even walking without words somehow felt comfortable again. And today, strangely, I found myself smiling more often. Maybe hearts simply feel relieved when distances slowly disappear again. Even without a reason, everything starts feeling warmer. Reach each other, I thought about it again today. Walking together through the slow late afternoon sunlight. We can reach each other, quietly smiling to myself, feeling maybe tomorrow everything would feel even closer. Today somehow it felt like we could meet again.
She walked a little longer than usual, looking quietly around through familiar passing streets, wondering softly to herself, maybe today she might see him again. And little thoughts like that stayed with her all evening long. Hearts probably we realize things a little later than expected, like how one familiar little smile could feel so warm afterward. And somehow today she didn't want to simply pass by again, so she kept walking slowly along the same familiar road. The last chance to see you, she quietly thought to herself inside the warm late spring breeze. Her heart trembled a little. The last chance to see you at the end of another ordinary day. More than anything, she wanted to see him again tonight. Even small passing moments return more clearly today, and the way he casually smiled stayed quietly inside her heart for quite a while. She slowly caught her breath, and somehow tonight she wanted to be a little braver. Some feelings are only understood right before they disappear. Maybe that's why Certain days become more precious around her life. The last chance to see you, she waited quietly again today inside the warm late afternoon air, holding her feelings gently inside. Oh, the last chance to see you at the end of another slowly fading day. And finally she began walking toward him again. This time, somehow, she didn't wanna let the moment pass by. Every day around the same time, she quietly stopped by that place, opening up a little notebook, like writing down another ordinary day. Little stories from the afternoon, even tiny feelings inside her heart. Before another night arrived, she slowly left them there. Some days were filled with laughter, some days with quiet little sighs. Still without missing even one day, she continued returning there. People sometimes asked her why she kept praying so long, and softly smiling to herself, she said it had become a habit now. A record of 1,000 days, nothing especially dramatic, still quiet little feelings kept gathering day by day. A record of 1,000 days across the late spring streets. Even today she quietly smiled in that familiar place again. Leaning softly by the window, watching distant lights sway slowly. Then among the passing crowd, she kept looking at one person without really understanding why that person stayed inside her thoughts. And she quietly wrote that trembling feeling inside one corner of her notebook. Maybe waiting for something isn't always something grand. Maybe it's simply continuing through familiar little days. A record of 1,000 days. Looking back, it was such a long time. Still somewhere in all those days, warm feelings quietly remained. A record of 1,000 days. And on one late spring afternoon, for the very first time, she began waiting for someone. And on the final page of that notebook, one unfinished day still remained.
At some quiet moment, he smiled softly while looking at her. And somehow we finally understood Why she always felt familiar, even moments that briefly passed eventually led to the same place, like someone who had quietly remained inside his heart for a very long time. At first it felt like meeting for the first time. Still somehow nothing felt unfamiliar. Maybe that's why his heart relaxed, and why he kept smiling without knowing. Perhaps all along they had been walking through the same seasons. And after thinking about that, he quietly took a deep breath. Back to you, that's what he slowly realized. Even after wandering far away, his heart stayed in the same place. Back to you, inside the warm late spring breeze. One familiar little smile stayed warmly beside him. She smiled softly as always, talking about ordinary little things. And while listening to her voice, his heart quietly relaxed again, like someone finally returning home after wandering for a long, long time. For the first time that day, he quietly felt at ease. Hearts sometimes find each other only after traveling far away. Maybe that's why certain connections last longer than time itself. Back to you, he smiled again today. Nothing special really happened, still somehow the day felt different. Back to you, through slow late afternoon steps. And before realizing it, he had already begun returning to her side. Now somehow he finally understood why she felt so familiar.
Two of them walk the same road together, sharing quiet little conversations between familiar smiles. Nothing special really happened, still somehow everything felt warm. And simply being together made their hearts feel comfortable. Hearts are probably strange and beautiful sometimes. After wandering far away, people somehow return to the tomorrow feels even more beautiful than endings. Keep it love, people still call them that today. Walking together through warm streets filled with sunlight. Cupid's love, quietly smiling together. Feeling somehow tomorrow would stay warm too. And today again, the two of them walk side